Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about how to become the architect of your life and create a life of your dreams. How to use your creative capacities, the ability to organize yourself so you can create or design a life of your dreams. Today I wrote this quick message for our Instagram community that goes like this. Everything will come to you when the time is right. Focus on doing instead of getting. Let go of the need to control the outcome and start thinking the thoughts of power and attraction, like I am success. Prosperity follows my inspired actions. Solutions find me when I need them. I'm charged with ideas and inspiration. The right people appear in my life through synchronicities. I don't chase, I attract, always. And if that already resonates with you, hit the like button because it helps to push this message to people who need to hear it. And this is an introduction for today's message. I want to give you 6 steps so you can become the architect of your life, the alchemist, right? To transmute the fears and negative thoughts into constructive, positive thoughts of inspiration and a certain type of productivity that helps you to create order out of a chaos and design a momentum of habits that will allow you to live a life you truly desire to live. And I know it's a long process to get to where you want to be, but if you don't start today, when will you? So the first thing you have to know is that you have to learn to shift your way of thinking. You have to learn to shift your mindset, to go from warrior to warrior. To go from warrior, a person who's constantly worrying and being a victim and constantly blaming others, to be a warrior, to stand in power, to stand in your truth, to stand in awareness that you can change, in knowing that better awareness leads to better choices, that leads to better results. And once you know that, you, rather than blaming others, you forgive them and you recognize that their wrongdoings don't have anything to do with your right actions. So you have to put yourself into the position where you start making right acts. And to be in that position, you have to be inspired, you have to be creative, you have to be in the flow state. And to be in the flow state, you have to have certain things that allow you to be in the flow state. You need to know yourself to such a degree that you know what puts you into the flow state. Like for me, it's creating. It's writing my ideas down. It's painting. It's making videos. It's writing the short posts for our Instagram community, these photos that I'm sharing there. That's what puts me into the flow state. So it doesn't matter how bad my day may go. If I will do those things, I will get into the flow state. And when I'm in flow state, it just happens that I see my daily challenges from a completely other perspective. Suddenly I see solutions where before I only saw roadblocks. That's how powerful we are when we learn to get into the zone, right? The zone where we become more alert, more creative, more present, and more positive. We naturally start to look at life more positively because we get into our natural state. The natural state of all of us is to be creative. And to be creative doesn't mean that you are an artist. Anyone who's doing whatever they're passionate about, they're creative about that. That's how they can manage to grow their business, to manage to grow their craft or whatever they're doing, their art, their whatever, because they are in their natural state. So better awareness leads us to be in that state. But we have to have certain things that helps us to put us into the flow state. And sometimes it's just being more active. If you're stagnant at your home, you will not get into the flow. But if you move yourself, like often psychiatrists say, that you have to move your biology, you have to move your body to shift your mood. And sometimes it's important to go outside, go for a run, meditate under a tree like a Buddha, and come back home and do something with that fresh new energy. Start moving, start taking care of the space around you. Make it as pleasant as possible, and you will feel more pleasant in it. So you can go from warrior to warrior and declare that you are success because you're breathing. You have creative capacities. Like I said, you have to think powerful and attractive thoughts, the ones that can actually make you feel powerful, make you feel inspired, because power attracts power. And when you look at, for example, people who are in position of power, you will notice that those people only hang with people who are in that same position, because like attracts like. If you're in position of lack, of constant worrying, of being a victim, you will attract those things to you. So you have to know that it all starts in your mind, how you perceive yourself. That's what you receive towards yourself. How you perceive yourself is what you receive for yourself. That's what you think that you deserve. So you have to go beyond what you believe that you deserve to get what you truly deserve on that heart level. And for that, you have to have a shift in your mental attitude towards yourself. You have to acknowledge yourself of the wisdom that was most probably not presented to you through your environment, through your, maybe when you were little, through your parents or caregivers or friends or brothers, sisters, whoever. So you have to get in your hands a certain knowledge that will help you to uplift your spirit, like a good book or a video like this, something that may uplift you and help you to see life from another perspective. You have to know that wherever you are, it will pass, because nothing lasts forever. But you have to also know that what will come after this moment is what will you do today, because there's a law of cause and effect, a law of attraction. You attract towards yourself more of what you do. If most of your day you spend in worrying, you can't expect wonderful solutions to find you. But if you take a moment in a day to shift your attitude, to shift your emotional state, to shift your energy, and to shift your mental attitude, you will start looking at life differently. If you have a good morning routine, if you have a great start of the day, you will notice that how you start your day, that's how your day is going. If you wake up earlier, you do a good meditation, like 1 hour, for example. Then you do some movement. You prepare your body for the day, because your body is your vehicle. It allows you to express yourself, to be yourself, to present yourself to the world. If you really start looking at yourself that way, you will become a bit more appreciative towards yourself, towards your body, and you will start nurturing it the way it needs to be nurtured. And you will start asking your body, like, what do you need? What do you need right now? How can I provide you what you need so we can be of service, so we can be in higher energy? It all comes to our mental attitude, so we can change this approach towards ourselves and towards our lives. And sure, we have certain challenges sometimes to deal with, but if we don't prepare ourselves mentally at the first place, everything will be a huge problem. The second thing is that you have to learn to regulate your emotional self, to shift your mood. And it means that you start to know your emotional system a little bit better. Because, for example, when you're in a bad mental state, you will feel bad. You will feel bad. You will feel down. You will feel the slower energies that are denser, heavier, and harder to handle. And it's not about dealing with them. Sometimes, yes, sometimes we have to resolve our negativity and transmute our fear through reflection and introspection. But other times we just have to raise ourselves up. Like when you close your eyes and you unplug yourself from all that darkness and you think about something you appreciate, something you're grateful for, something that inspires you. Like, again, when you're reading a good book and it inspires you and suddenly you feel more empowered and more uplifted, you found a tool. Oh, this is what helps me to shift my emotional self. This is what helps me to raise my energy. Or you go outside for a walk and suddenly you feel much better. Or you do a good workout and suddenly you feel much better. That's where we, again, expand our awareness around the tools that actually help us to be a better person, to be more charged with energy, with life, to feel alive, so we can be alive, fully alive, so we can express life through us, right? What does it mean to express life through you? It means that you are life in your unique light. You are a star. You're a unique star. And to express yourself uniquely means that you are expressing life. And we need more people who know how to express life. But to express life, you firstly need to feel alive, right? So we have to go from fear to being fully alive. And when we're wondering how to do that, well, firstly recognize what is constantly feeding your fear. Because when we're dealing with any kind of disease, we firstly need to find out what is making us sick so we can heal ourselves, right? What is making me sick so I can heal myself? What is making me sad so I can raise myself up? What is making me afraid so I can raise myself up? And we recognize, oh, too much of toxic news sometimes, bad information, something that is constantly poisoning your mind. That's why you feel that way. Something that happened in the past don't need to dictate your future. That's why you feel bad. Somebody said something to you and now you feel bad. And now you think you're a bad person. Well, you have to remind yourself that what people say to you is not who you are, but who they are. So once you recognize that what people say to you is not who you are, but who they are, you notice that you don't need to spend your time with those who don't see their own worth at the first place. Because those who don't see their worth will never recognize your worth. Because people can only meet you to the level they've made themselves. And once people around you are not on the level where you want to be, it will be for you really, really hard to get to where you want to be. That's why you have to find those who are already where you want to be, so you can ask them for guidance and ask them for knowledge and wisdom and advices that can actually help you to lift yourself up. And you need to know that you are not your emotions. You have to know. If you want to become the architect of your life, you have to recognize that emotions actually have a great power when it comes to designing your life. Your emotions emanates energy. It's actually proven in science. Your DNA is emanating light. More positive emotions, stronger will be the light emanated out of your DNA. More negative emotions, lower will be the light. Less strong it will be. And stronger the light, stronger the attraction. When your emotions are positive and high, and you have clear intentions, your energy is really, really strong. And what happens, you attract towards yourself right ideas, because quantum physics are saying to us, we don't create anything new. We just attract towards ourselves information and ideas and thoughts that already exist in the quantum field, because everything is already created. And once we want to change our reality, we don't really create our reality. We just change certain manifestations, certain products, certain things that manifests, because we go from the old life to a vision of a new life. And the bridge between the old and the new life is making new actions that are inspired by greater thoughts. And that's what we are doing. So the first thing is to shift your mindset. The second thing is to learn to regulate your emotional self. The third thing then is to be a visionary, to awaken your inner visionary, to remind yourself that to create your future, firstly, you have to sit in your mind's eye. You have to awaken your pineal gland, your third eye, so you can envision your future. And your future is not actually in future. It's in the present moment as a potential, because everything already exists in the present moment. You're not creating it. You are kind of painting it into existence. You're an artist of it. That's how you become an architect of your life. You envision your future. And then you have to plug your 5 senses to it, so you experience it with your whole body. And that's how you start brainwashing yourself to manifest it. Because when you're observing your life, you may feel like you're limited by what you have right now, but actually you're attached to what you have right now. That's why you feel limited by it. You're attached to it. So to detach from what you have to learn to close your eyes and envision something greater than what you have, and then feel it with your 5 senses. See it, hear it, smell it, taste it. Like sometimes I say to people when they say that they don't know how to visualize manifesting, let's say, a new stream of income. And I always say, you have to use your senses. So I say to them, firstly, see it on your bank account. Then taste it. Like imagine yourself going to a dinner. You've paid it, it was expensive, and you've paid it easily. And now you're eating that food that you've paid with your freshly received money or whatever. And then hear it. Hear it the way that you're talking about it to someone. Like someone who's really close to you. You're really gratefully talking about what happened. You've just received it. You've sold that product, that thing, whatever, and you've just received it. And you're talking it out of excitement, out of gratitude. You're really, really enthusiastic about what happened. Really happy, excited. And hear yourself saying that and feel that energy that emanates from you. That's how you use your senses. Then smell it, or taste it, or what, use your senses. Use your senses. That's what will help you to feel it with your whole body. When you feel it with your whole body, your body will change its electromagnetic field. The change will happen. You will now start emanating new information into the field. And if you stay consistent with that work as a visionary, the field will start giving you back signs of change in energy that you're making. And the signs will be synchronicities. You will start meeting synchronicities, like people who are already where you want to be. And stories and books of the things you're actually working on. Those will be synchronicities that will come into your life as a product of your work that you're doing in change of energy. But then if you keep up, sooner or later manifestations will come into place. But then keep up with that work. Don't go back into the old self once it happens. Sometimes people do that and they lose them. So become the new self. It's not manifesting something and then going back to the old life. It's becoming a new self, being more true, being more honest, being more authentic. That's what it's all about. It's not about getting those things, but becoming a greater you, becoming more true to yourself. The fourth thing that will help you to become the architect of your life is to learn from those who are where you want to be and how they got there. You can't go for an advice to someone who doesn't have what you want to get, what you want to have. You have to learn from those who are already there so we can ask them for guidance. The fifth thing that will help you to become the architect of your life is to learn from your past mistakes, because wisdom will free you. Reflect on what you did, what you think you did wrong, so you can stop making the same mistakes. That's how you level up from a certain cycle of repetition and you get to the next level, only by learning from your past mistakes. In all ancient traditions, it was taught that the most important thing in life is to learn from our past so we can become wiser, because wisdom is what gets imprinted into our soul. That's what we carry to next lives. Not intellect, not emotions, but wisdom. That's what we get. And the last thing to become the architect of your life is to reflect on your progress daily, weekly, monthly, and be grateful for the progress. Because sometimes we get caught in this loop where we just want more and want more and want more, because we forget how much we've already achieved, how much we've already changed and progressed, just because we want more. So keep reflecting on that so we can stay in that energy of appreciation, energy of gratitude, and you can stay the architect of your future from an attitude of gratitude. It's easy, but really powerful. Keep reflecting. So every single day I pause myself, sometimes before I go to sleep, sometimes after my morning meditation, and I just reflect on my progress a little bit to remind myself to be humble and to see that even when sometimes there's no results, or sometimes I feel like I'm making some steps backwards, I can still remind myself that it's all the progress. It's all a progress. Even the times when we really feel like we're making steps backwards, it's still a progress, because there's something we have to learn to become wiser. So then, like I said in the previous video, sometimes we make 3 steps forward and then 10 steps backward and then 30 steps forward once again. Because we've learned something so incredible that now we can make a huge breakthrough. So it's all a progress. We have to know that everything is for the greater good. Everything is for the progress. Everything is to make us wiser, to make us more acknowledged, so we can make better choices in the future to create better results. So go from a warrior to a warrior, my friend. This is it for today. I hope you found something valuable. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. Stay beautiful, stay creative. Until next time, one love.